Dear friends, hello. Today we will speak about the settings of the program. Let's open the program. It is connected to iMeter automatically. So you see the program window. Here we have disconnect button. For example, using this button you can disconnect iMeter and connect it back. Here you have time and the button which leads you to the settings menu. Here you have instant tone arm. It's the tone arm which is immediate. I mean, which exists in this exact moment, and the needle goes and tone arm changes. This tone arm is the tone arm which was in the previous set when you press set button previously. You said press set button, it becomes like the instant tone arm. What else? We have here, if we check his auto set, the set is auto. If we uncheck it, it's kind of manual auto set. By default it is auto set. You can show this instant tone arm and ordinary tone arm, or you can go to the settings and uncheck it, for example, or maybe leave only tone arm if you don't need instant tone arm, moment tone arm, or you can have both of them. Here you have the date. Today date, here's time, and here's date. Here we have the sensitivity. It's if we click here, it's we can choose from high, normal, and low sensitivity. If we choose high, for example, it shows here high. If we choose low, it shows low. Normal, normal. And here we have, if we press up and down, we have the number of the sensitivity changes. Here we have session button. If we press this button, the session goes on. The counter works. The minimum maximum tone arm is calculated. We can, for example, pause the session, so no counter, no time. Unpause the session goes on. We can, for example, pause the counter, so the session goes on but the counter is paused. For example, we can do this if we want to move our hand like this. To take the iMeter more comfortably, we can take the can of the iMeter more comfortably. After you've done that, you can unpause the counter and session and counter goes on. Here we have the counter. It's instant tone arm counter. Every time the needle goes to the right, it falls, the counter adds numbers to the counter. But you can go to the app settings and choose, for example, tone arm counter type. Choose not instant tone arm counter but tone arm counter. This means that if the needle goes to the right, falls, nothing adds to the counter unless you press set, for example. You have fall, and press set, and this adds your fall to the you have fall, and it adds some numbers to the counter. So it adds only when you press set in the kind of manual mode, or if it is automatically moved to end, and automatic set moves the needle to the set. So in this case it adds numbers to the counter. Okay, if we press again, we stop the session. Here we can see some session data, date, start, end of session, time of session, count, min and max time. We can continue the session, and then it goes on, and you can finish the session, and that's all. Okay, let's go to what else you can see. You can see this button here. If you press this button, you can hide the buttons. This is good for some small screens. If you press again, you can see the buttons. Press again, you can see the graph. Not only the needle, but the graph also. If you press, you can hide the graph and leave the buttons only. You can make the window of different size, for example like this, to see the graph better, and so on. Let's go to the app settings. Here we have 4 plates. Tone arm settings, as we already showed. Auto set, show tone arm, instant tone arm on screen, tone arm and instant tone arm accuracy. For example, if it is accuracy 0.1, so it adds only 1 point. If we put like this, it will be adding just 5 small numbers. If we put 0.01, it is showing the small numbers, small changes in tone arm. By default it is like this. Tone arm counter type, manual and instant tone arm counter. So that's it with tone arm counter settings. Other settings, work emulation. This is a part which is not done yet, so it's does nothing now. Here we have arrow inertia. For example, we can make it smaller, so the needle will be more fast. If we make it more, the needle will be slower. So you can choose what you prefer. I prefer around 70. Also you can see here sensitivity correction, and you can make for example, you have this number of sensitivity, and if you want to have such number of sensitivity, but at this number the sensitivity is too small for you, you can correct it and make it a bit more for you. So at sensitivity 10 it will be more sensitive, or you can make it less sensitive at sensitivity 10, or you can just leave it as it is. Here is select device port. You do it once choose the port which the program will be. It is the port which iMeter Bluetooth is connected, and the program will connect to this port and get data from iMeter. There is the plate sizes, and this plate you can choose arrow width here, for example. You can make a wider arrow, for example, or a thinner arrow, let's say like this. You can correct the length of the arrow. Someone likes arrow like this. You can correct the scale size to make it bigger if you want. You can choose the width of the graph line. Or make it thin, for example. Okay, and also there is the plate colors. Here you can choose the colors almost of all elements of the interface. For example, button colors. You can choose like some different color. Like, let me do it like this, for example, green one. You can change scale color, graph color, for example, graph line color, like make it white, for example. Arrow color also, or like make it blue. You can change screen text color, make it green, and you can change button text colors, making it, for example, no, this is not good, like green also, I mean blue. You can also choose scale color, black or white. For example, if you make scale color like this, the white scale will be okay. But in this case you will have to do the arrow color some white, and the screen text color also a bit more light. So you can make something like this from your interface if you want to. I think that's all about the program and the settings. Okay, thank you. Bye.